welcome to Florida Beach Walks. I'm Roxanne, shelling South Hutchinson Island.
Florida has such a rich history, and I found out more about it shelling here on Hutchinson Island, and I'll share that with you. This early morning, I got to enjoy natural waterworks, a variety of textures and colors among the shells that I love. I found a special baby's ear, a sundial, scotch bonnet, bittersweets, turkey wings, shark eyes, trivias, huge bubbles, lots of stunning purplish similes, and a beauty of my favorite shell to find. Join me. Let's walk South Hutchinson Island. Hitting the beach early this morning. This is from 2 days that I've combined into one beach walk for you. And yeah, I have my sick voice on today. All these kids are always bringing something home. I think Skylar got sick first, then Ella. Then of course, if Ella gets sick, I'm bound to get sick. But the shelling will go on. All right, let's start off, well, kind of starting off with an olive here. Looks like I have 2 other bittersweets in the hand there, and a beautiful orange calico. I love how this golden, what do they call it, the golden hour, that first light. Here's an imperial Venus clam. What is it? Is it the golden hour? I think it's the golden hour when you have that beautiful gold kissed sunlight in the morning and in the evenings only. Here's a couple of calicos. That's a cute little Titan acorn barnacle stuck to that one. Very nice. Totally looks painted. Beautiful. Got a giant bittersweet clam. These are so nice. I haven't found a really pristine, like, big one. They do lose their pattern when they get bigger, but I've always found them kind of a little junky, a little eaten up on the larger ones. Oh, so pretty. I love all these, this outcropping of rocks are just so pretty. South Hutchinson Island has all the outcroppings of rocks, so it's really, really, really nice. Ooh, I see a coffee bean. A coffee bean trivia. The wannabe calories. These are so cute. This one's a little bit worn, but still cute. And not so cute. An apple murex. Yeah, these East Coast apple murexes are not as nice and pristine as the ones you can find over on the West Coast. Here's a broad-ribbed cardita. Nice orange one. That's pretty. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, a sundial. I love finding sundials. I think this shell is so uniquely, like, beautiful and interesting. Just the spiral and the color. Oh, I think I said this before, but the first time I found one of these, I didn't know what it was. I was looking up all kinds of things. Circle shell, shell circle. Oh, beautiful sundial. Oh, this is a beautiful example of a juvenile giant bittersweet. Gorgeous, gorgeous coloring. And a flat. Okay, it's gotten a little worn down and it's half there, but that is a flat scallop. Here are some spectral bittersweet clams in the color varieties that they come in. I like the darker ones with the white in the middle. I think those are really pretty. Here's a couple of lady-in-waiting Venus clams. I love that name. This area in particular is Santa Luca Park. It was home to a prehistoric Native American village, part of the A's tribe, who were one of the largest and fiercest early Florida tribes. I believe the original tribe pronunciation is Ayes or Eyes. They consisted of several 100,000 people who occupied further north from Cape Canaveral all the way through the Indian River, hence how the Indian River got its name. Shells were transformed into cutting tools, ladles, cooking utensils, jewelry, and weaponry. They inhabited this site for up to 2,000 years, ending around 1000 AD. They have some informational displays at the park entrance that go a little further into depth about the village that inhabited this area. So I found that pretty neat. I was researching on YouTube and read some articles. Very rich history. Florida here with the Indians, which is, I don't know, conflicting feelings. But it was nice researching and learning a little bit more about our Florida history. Another pretty painted calico scallop. Ooh, another chip of sea glass. Another little green one. Let's see, are you frosted? Yep. Beautiful. I'll collect you. Woo, there he goes. Poor little guy. Got trapped up in this tide pool. Let's see where he is. Where did he go? Where'd you go, little fish? Oh, flippy floppy. Okay, back in. All right. Oh, if Connor was here, he would, woo, he would pick him right up. But sorry, little guy. You just get the scoot assistance. Okay, in the neighboring tide pool, no fish, but a nice shark eye. All right, the little chipped on the spire swirl, but I still think that's pretty. Nice shark eye moon snail. Here is another giant bittersweet clam. Let's check this one out. Now that might be a little bit bigger than that first one. And I think the pattern is a little prettier. Beautiful. Here's a small giant Atlantic cockle. What do they call that? An oxymoron? All right, we'll collect that one. And that wraps up Santa Luca Park, and I wanted to go down and check out a little bit further south and check out Bathtub beach area, but it is closed, the parking lot, but this parking lot right here is open, and that's just to the park, let's see, to the north of Bathtub Beach. So just gonna park here and then head out. You can easily walk into it. It's really, really close. And here's the view from up by the deck. I haven't even walked down to the beach yet. And they got a lot of these rocks, the outcroppings here also. And that is a pretty steep incline there. And that is the end of the island down there where you see, I saw some stuff going on. It looks like dredging. So I'm going to go check out that. We'll walk all the way down there and see. But let's see what's in these rocks first. If we can find anything in here. Let's see. We got a giant Atlantic cockle. Ooh, got a little nick on it. But here, I picked up a rose petal tellin. Yes, it has a drill hole, but it's a rose petal. So keep in the pink. Ooh, I see a coffee bean trivia. Let's get this one out. Right in this little hole. All right, yay, that's so cute. And these do glow red in the dark. Awesome, love it. These coffee beans, they're so cute. They're a false calorie. And here is a painted calico scallop. Perfect, love the lines on that. Here's an Imperial Venus clam. Pretty caramel, butter color. And a shark eye. All right, let's see what kind of eye. Oh, looks like it was eaten by another shark eye. Oh boy, that is a drill hole. That is a mighty big drill hole too. Big animal. And a little teeny moon one. So this area, I think I'm right at Bathtub Reef Beach. And there is a green star shell. There's the top of it. It's a little broken off, so I'll just go ahead and leave that one. But that is a green star. Me personally, I haven't had a whole bunch of luck with shells at Bathtub Beach, but when I was snorkeling here, when they used to be open, yeah, I used to have a little bit of better luck. Here is a turban shell. It is broken off too, but at least you can see a little bit. And I have looks like a king crown in my hand there. Ah, a bubble. Ah, these glow red too. Oh, I'm so into like trying to glow the shells when I get home. It's so awesome. Yep, a little striate bubble shell. And here is another crown cone. Crown conch. A surf-worn crown conch. Oh, I don't know where I'm getting the crown cones from. Let's check out this tinted cantharus. Let's see, just a tiny little guy. All right, he's a little surf-worn too, but we'll hold on to him. Ooh, I see purple on this one. Now, I think this is a juvenile giant coquina. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it. I found a larger giant coquina near Sebastian, and I think this is the juvenile to that one. I'm gonna say that this one is a juvenile pear whelk, even though it could be a juvenile channeled whelk. I don't see a lot of the knots and knobs around the swirl, so not exactly sure on that one. And there is a seraph, a dark seraph. Oh good, it still has its little aperture intact. And a chestnut lattice, but to keep or not to keep? It looks a little rough. So the goal is to walk all the way down to the end, just because I saw those dredging machines, and you can see a little ship out there that already left that area. So I'm currently in the middle of Bathtub Beach. Ooh, let's check out this mossy ark. That has a really pretty shape to it for a mossy ark. I love that. Beautiful. Well, look what we got here. A deltoid rock shell. I do not run across these very often. All right, little cute guy. Here is a false limpet. True limpets breathe through gills, while false limpets have lungs that allow them to breathe in air. And here is the mossy ark's relative, the turkey wing. That's a nice little juvenile turkey wing. Its scientific name is Arca zebra. I spy another shark eye. All right, let's see what color eye this one has. All right, I was hoping for a Paul Newman, which is the blue eye, but it's a little dark one. That's really pretty on the bottom. I like that contrast between the brown and the white. Very nice.
Yeah, they come back around 70 days and see how many hatch didn't hatch. And
Do you even know what type of eggs these are? Like which turtle did it?
yeah, so the bigger species, the leatherbacks, they take around 90 days.
Oh, wow.
And the loggerheads and greens take around 70 days.
Okay.
You know,
So you think this is a loggerhead? Loggerhead.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
So I noticed him digging out the turtle eggs, and I was just curious. So I did stir up a conversation, and I knew that they marked the nest with those sticks, but I guess after the hatch date documented, they can sometimes go check to see if the nest made it or not. And he said the nests can get too compressed and not survive. Right, I made it all the way down to the end of this island. This is the very south end of Hutchinson, and it looks like they were just dredging some sand out of the inlet and putting it on ships and then carting it off to who knows where. But there wasn't a lot of shell wash-ups. I thought like there would be a lot more stirred up in the water, but not in this particular area. I have come out here to or 3 other times, and I haven't found much. I mean, the only kind of exciting thing was I found a broken piece of a calorie that was huge. It was as big as my hand. So they're out here, apparently. That other island across the inlet is Jupiter Island. So shell-wise, this inlet wasn't very exciting, but I sat here and watched the sand get scooped and dropped up a couple times and took a little rest before heading all the way back. So I definitely had my workout in walking this morning. And here are a few bittersweets, giant bittersweet clams that still have a nice, lovely pattern on them. And another imperial Venus clam. This one's nice and chunky and some good color. Let's see, a purplish simile, an orange purplish simile. Such pretty color. Look at that orange. Here is an olive, a lettered olive. Very nice coloring on that, and a tinted cantharus. That is a really nice specimen of a tinted cantharus. Very nice point. Love it. And this is footage from my second day. I always wanted to stop off on the Riverside and just to check out to see what's here. So the tide was low enough. I was like, hey, why not? So I just parked on the side of the road and just gonna walk a little strip and see what's out here, if there's anything to find. A few neurites tucked in the corner over there between these rocks, and just some moisture bits. And this was a bit surprising. It is a giant eastern murex, just sitting up here in the rock. So very old, very weathered. It's missing its apex on the top there, its top point, which is actually the rear side of the shell, the posterior end of the shell. But hey, broken or not, it's a big one. I'll go ahead and keep it. So besides that, I just found a few older olives and crossbarred Venus clams, and at the ends, the bottoms of these mangrove roots, I did just find, of course, here. Big old oyster bed, and that was pretty much it. So here I am. This is a turkey wing. Now this is the middle of Hutchinson Island, kind of on the way out. I was going back north on Hutchinson. A couple pretty calico scallops, another painted one. Again, the one to the left, the right, with the little yellow at the tip there is pretty. Oh, it's a ton shell. These keep playing with me. One day I'm gonna find that ton. Another turkey wing, an incongruous arc. These are on the thinner, very thin side for arc shells. Arc shells are normally thick and chunky. Oh, that is a beautiful calico scallop. And let me tell you, I burned that in the acid. Yep. I was like, what's fizzling when I was cleaning these calicos? And I took it out and I said, oh no! I had no idea it hopped a ride in with the other calicos I was cleaning. So yikes, gotta be careful with that acid, because that acid magic will eat the surface of the shells. If you leave it in there long enough, you won't have a shell anymore. Here is a lightning whelk. Opens to the left, it's a lightning whelk. So that's really pretty. Don't find these very often on the East Coast, especially in pristine condition. They're rounded and soft like this one. Look at the size of this quahog. I have huge hands, so this is a pretty big quahog here. I thought that was pretty interesting for the size it was. And here's a jewel box with a cute little Titan acorn barnacle. I think that's, okay, it's either a corrugate jewel box or a leafy jewel box. Not sure at this stage. It's so tiny, but it is pretty orange. Sweet, and here is another orange purplish simile. The colors on this walk for the past couple days have been really, really pretty. And there's some scaly scallops or centise scallops, nice and orange. And their scientific name is Carabaclamy centis. Here is a slipper snail. I do like these speckled ones. Here is a juvenile Florida pricklet cockle. It's got some nice pricklies on the side. Oh, and here is a little bit bigger one. Oh, look at that texture. That's so pretty. Oh, the textures on shells and colors are just so, I just love it. These prickly cockles can get just under 3 inches big. Let's see what we got here. A olive, a letter to olive. Okay, you're missing your tip there. We'll hold on to you for now. And then, wow, this is a striped bubble shell, but whew, that's big. I went to measure this and it was a little over 1 inch, and these get to be about 1 inch, so it's pretty big. Here's next to a smaller calico, but man, look at that. Remember, I have big hands. That's pretty big. All right, what's under here? Oh, apple murex. Okay, you're missing your tip again. Yeah, I just have never found a pristine apple murex on the East Coast, but that's big. We'll hold on to it. And here's another, here's another giant bubble. Golly, the bubbles are showing up. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful bubble. And this, I thought was a regular baby's ear, but it's not. It's immaculated baby's ear. Very, very nice. So we'll have this brown swoosh marking on it. Very, very nice. I wish it wasn't broken, but hey, and it's a little cracked on the front, but I'm going to keep on to this one till I find a nicer one. Here's a pair of purplish similes, one purple, one orange. Gorgeous colors on the inside. Let's flip these two over. Look at that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous patterns with a little scaly scallop to the bottom. Not sure what that white shell is, but look at that shark eye. It's pretty. It's got some type of staining on it that I do not believe it's a natural color. But that's beautiful. The way the little different swirls, kind of a nice rusty stain. Love it. All right, let's pick this up. I was going to give it to Ella, but it ended up going in the trash anyway, along with tons of other little bits of trash. According to statistic.com, last year in 2023 on International Coastal Cleanup Day, over 2.3 million pounds of trash along 15,341 kilometers of U.S. coastline was collected. Florida and California were among the 2 states with the most trash. Yikes. So even picking up a little bit helps, I believe, in a big way. Here's a nice cockle. Okay, it doesn't look like it has any chips on it, so we'll go ahead and collect that giant Atlantic cockle. Let's see this scallop. Yep, just needs a little bit of an acid dip, a safe acid dip. Not going to burn this one. All right, and the tip of a true tulip. Oh, that would have been a really big true tulip, but that tip is pretty nice, so maybe I'll hold on to that for some future art project. All right, let's see what we got under. This is why you check under seaweed. Oh, Scotch bonnet. Okay, the little tiny tip is missing, but hey, it's mostly there and it looks nice. Got a few spots on it. Great. Beautiful toasted marshmallow Scotch bonnet. It pays to look under seaweed. I don't usually collect oysters, but this one was so big, I couldn't help myself. That is huge. Let's collect this northern quahog. Just needs a little acid cleaning. And the cutie patootie of a beautiful pop of orange in this rough scallop. Let's pick up this green sea glass, of course, a pretty pendant shape. And these are sea coconuts. They grow on the bussa palm in singles, 2s, or 3s within a brown lumpy husk. This is the lowest tide over here, so let's see what we can find if there's anything in the water. I see an olive. All right, let's check out the tip of that one. Okay, it's mostly there. We'll hold on to that, a lettered olive. A lot of times I don't find much in the water over here because it's just so rough. Can't exactly see in the water. Here is a hamburger bean. These are fun to collect and they grow into a long woody vine and they have yellowish to like a orange blooms on them. Very fragrant. And a massive jingle. I think that's a jingle, but that's huge. Wow. A crown. Got a little bit more definition on this one, probably of all the ones that I've collected so far. And another coffee bean trivia. That is very cute. These are just, I love these. Very, very cute. All right, this one's not so worn either. Has a little bit of texture on the top. Here is a East Coast buttercup. These don't really have a lot of butteriness in the middle. I thought this was a chalky lucine after finding those a few weeks ago, but I don't think so. I think it is a buttercup, just lack of a color. Here is a yellow prickly cockle in front of a turkey wing. A lightning Venus, nice design, but here is a much prettier one. Check that out. Love that stripe down the middle. Gorgeous, gorgeous coloring. And a calico crab carapace. So I'm wrapping up my beach walk here, and I look down, and I can't believe what I saw. Can you see it? A lion's paw. I thought it was just the piece, but it was the whole thing. I seriously thought this was just going to be a piece. My word, I'm just walking out like I'm finishing up this beach walk. Are you serious? It's been a little while since I've found a pretty big paw. I could not have been happier to find this shell. Oh my word, and it's perfect. The oracles on the bottom, one is short, one is bigger on the lion's paws. That little one has a little tiny nick on the bottom, but that's all right. Perfect, perfect. I can't believe it was all together. Totally shocked. And let me tell you, I prayed for the shell. I said, Lord, please, just if there's something awesome around here, a calorie, something nice, just lead me to it. Literally, I opened my eyes, walked a few steps forward, looked down, and voila. Oh, God cares about our little ones as well. There was definitely a lot of extra trash on this beach from the tornadoes that actually spawned from the hurricane that we've had, the past two hurricanes, but Milton in particular. So there's still a lot of cleanup to do, and as I said, every little bit helps. And here are all my beautiful shell finds from 2 days over on South Hutchinson up to Mid Hutchinson Island. Stoked over this meticulated baby's ear, and I took a nail file to smooth out that aperture. Beautiful, beautiful lion's paw. And the sundial. I was very happy with the sundial and all these bursts of color, purple, orange, and pink. Okay, I think those are the top 3 colors that I love to find at the beach. And the beautiful Scotch bonnet that was under that seaweed. Yes, it does pay to look under seaweed. That shark eye was beautiful too. And the nice bubbles, huge bubbles, were great in the trivias. The lightning Venus clams are starting to grow on me. Love the turkey wings, and all the scallops are pretty. The calicos, it's a nice pop of orange back there. The prickly cockles were great. The olives are good. Got a few shiny ones. The giant eastern murex was surprising to find over by the river. Apple murexes, even though broken. That true tulip tip was awesome for some future projects. All the shark eyes and the bittersweets, giant bittersweets, and all of these purplish similes were just beautiful. The orange ones in particular. All the calico scallops were nice too, nice and purple. That giant jingle and hamburger bean were fun to find. Thank you so much for watching, and for everyone who supports me in comments and subscribing. I absolutely appreciate you. And until next time, I leave you with this.